So, Thanksgiving. You're probably thinking turkey, right? Maybe some family arguments, a little football. But what about the moments that really get us all talking online? Beyond the dinner table, what were the stories that actually captured our collective attention? Okay, let's dive in and look at the three biggest viral trends from this past Thanksgiving.
Take a look at this. This is basically our buzz meter for the holiday, showing what got people talking the most. That giant bar on the left, that was a massive, practical panic about something surprisingly basic. Next, that middle one, a really quirky internet mystery about a pop star who, well, might not be who he says he is. And finally, a genuinely heartwarming moment from a rising star. Three totally different stories that, believe it or not, tell us a whole lot about our modern holidays.
So, we're kicking things off with the biggest trend by a long shot. I'm talking about a moment of pure, unfiltered holiday stress that millions of people felt at the exact same time. Yeah, you're seeing that right. Over 1 million searches. And let's be clear, this wasn't about finding the best Black Friday deals. Nope. This was about survival. It was about that one crucial ingredient you swore you had, but you didn't. That number represents a massive shared wave of pure anxiety. You know, there's a perfect name for this, the annual procrastination drama. And I mean, isn't that just the truth? It's basically become a modern tradition, right? A rite of passage for anyone who's ever stared into a bare pantry with that sinking feeling just hours before guests show up. So here's where the real conflict comes in. On one side, you've got this desperate need for simple, essential stuff. We're talking cranberry sauce, butter, maybe some extra napkins. And on the other side, a total brick wall. The big players, Walmart, Target, Costco, they were all closed. And the reason for that brick wall? Well, it's actually because major retailers took a very public stand this year. They basically said, hey, our employees deserve the day off to be with their families. It's a noble cause for sure, but it's one that left a lot of last-minute hosts in a serious jam. So, what was the final frantic solution for all these forgotten items? The humble drugstore. You know the scene, a desperate dash to find some off-brand cranberry sauce sitting right next to the cough drops. Not exactly ideal, but it was the necessary end to the great cranberry panic of the year. All right, let's switch gears to our second story. We're moving from a real-world problem that had people scrambling around town to a deep digital rabbit hole. A fun little conspiracy that had everyone playing detective between bites of turkey and pie. And this wasn't just some niche TikTok trend. We're talking over 100,000 searches. That means a significant number of people were actively invested in trying to crack this very, very strange case. And this was the one question at the absolute heart of it all. Who is this guy? Is he a real musician? An elaborate prank? An industry plant? The internet demanded answers. So let's look at the case file here, because this is where it gets really weird. You've got a supposedly British singer with this super retro hairdo, some very obvious fake teeth, and a new song that just completely exploded on TikTok. It's a mix of things that feels almost too perfectly designed to go viral, you know? And all of that led directly to the central conspiracy theory. People weren't just questioning his music, they were questioning his entire existence. The dominant theory was that Mr. Fantasy wasn't a real artist at all, but just an actor playing a character. Now, the internet detectives didn't just think he was any actor. Oh no. They honed in on a very specific suspect, KJ Apa, famous for playing Archie on the show Riverdale. So why KJ Apa? Well, despite the man himself denying it, online sleuths pointed to one piece of what they called irrefutable evidence, the jawline. Apparently, you can disguise the hair, you can disguise the teeth, but you just can't hide that iconic jawline. And honestly, that's what kept this whole mystery trending. From a fun mystery to a moment of just genuine connection, our third and final viral story is all about pop singer Conan Gray and how one performance really cemented his place in the mainstream spotlight. Now, while the search number is smaller here, it represents a deeply passionate fan base. Over 50,000 people were looking at this performance by the Prince of Melancholy. And this moment wasn't driven by panic or conspiracy, but by genuine adoration for an artist. And this timeline breaks down exactly how it happened. It started with a performance on a freezing cold morning at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. But it wasn't just the heartfelt singing that got people talking. It was the small, cute interactions he had with fans from his float.
Those little clips went viral on X, and that combination of a great performance and a great personality is what really marked his arrival as a true household name.
So we have forgotten cranberry sauce, a possibly fake pop star, and a heartwarming parade performance. 3 wildly different stories. So what connects them? What does this all tell us about the anatomy of our holidays today?
Well, it really boils down to 3 types of shared experiences. We connect over a shared problem, that universal feeling of, oh no, I forgot the butter. We bond over a shared mystery, coming together to solve a fun puzzle like the identity of Mr. Fantasy. And we unite in a shared feeling, experiencing that collective awe moment, like watching Conan Gray's performance. These are the new pillars of our digitally connected holidays. We're finding community not just in physical spaces anymore, but in these fleeting, collective digital moments that turn our individual experiences into a shared story.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? As our individual holidays become part of this massive, real-time online conversation, what's next? What kind of shared problem or shared mystery or shared feeling is going to be the thing that defines our connections next year?